muciĩ wa gĩkeno.
Gũkĩnyitanĩra nawe mũthĩ wa ũmũthĩ tũriganĩte Jumamothi ĩrĩa yahetũkire na Ngai nĩagĩtũteithĩtie tũkorwo tũkĩnyitanĩra nawe mũthenya wa ũmũthĩ.
Nice TV, muciĩ wa gĩkeno.
Rimwe muturire ni urituhaga ukaga kirigiriro oro hamwe na njira ya riumiriro
na nikio ithuĩ ta ceceni ya Nice TV tuoete ikinya rĩa gũkũrehera tabarĩra ya mwĩhoko wa rũcinĩ ĩrĩa ĩrĩgũkinyagira ũmũthĩ wa kiumia wona cihanda wega thinacara cia rũcinĩ nginya thaa 4 cia rũcinĩ ũkĩnyitanĩra na niĩ Liz B
na niĩ Heze MC aka Mr Thedekia
niĩ DJ Fink tunyitanagĩra nawe muthenya wa kiumia rũcinĩ ngakorwo ngĩgũtukanĩria nyĩmbo icio na ingĩ nyingĩ.
Mwĩhoko wa rũcinĩ.
Mwĩhoko nĩ mũkinyu.
Nice TV, muciĩ wa gĩkeno.
Gana wa muthenya waku no akorwo wagĩrĩire ũmũthĩ arĩ mweri 18 mweri-inĩ wa gatandatũ mwaka wa 2022 niĩ ngagĩtwo Mũruga tabarĩra ĩno na maũndũ maingĩ mega mũno tũkũharĩrĩirie muthenya wa ũmũthĩ arĩa tũgũkorwo tũkĩaria nao maingĩ utongoria wa atumia na no gũkũririkania mwĩrori wa Nice TV atĩ tũtigĩtie thikũ 50 na 52 nĩgetha tũkorwo tũgĩtabania gĩthurano kĩnene gũkũ bũrũri-inĩ kĩrĩa gĩgakorwo nĩ mweri 9 mweri wa kanana mwaka ũyũ wa 2020. Ngĩrĩ na atongoria erĩ ndĩnao gũkũ studio na nĩ atumia nĩkĩo ndakwĩra nĩtũgũkorwo tũkĩmũrĩka ũhoro wa atumia. Mwĩrori wa Nice TV nĩ ũkũnjĩtĩkĩria ũmũthĩ nĩ tũgũkorwo arĩ mũthenya tũgũtukania thiomi, tutakuwa tunaongea Kiswahili, tutakuwa tunaongea Kizungu na kumwe nĩ tũgũkorwo tũkĩaria Gĩkũyũ nĩũndũ wa tũtigakorwo he andũ tũgũtiga thĩinĩ wa tabarĩra ya mũthenya wa ũmũthĩ. Twĩna aheshimiwa erĩ, tuko na Madam Pamela Ateka anasimama kiti cha useneta kaunti ya Nairobi. Tuko na Madam Tabitha Wanjera anasimama kiti cha ubunge katika eneo bunge la Kasarani na karibuni sana. Karibuni sana. Hii ni station ya Nice TV. Feel welcome and maybe this is your chance you say hi to the Nice TV viewers. I start with you Madam Pamela.
Hi, my name is Pamela Ateka Mkolwe. I'm running for Senator of Nairobi County with the DAP ticket. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Madam Tabitha.
Thank you. Good evening, viewers. My name is Tabitha Mutero. I am a resident of Kasarani constituency, Nairobi County, and I am running for MP seat through the Wiper Party ticket.
Okay. Welcome, welcome. Karibuni sana katika station ya Nice TV. And maybe we want to know a little bit about you. Starting with you, Madam Pamela. Ulilelewa wapi? Umelelewa huku Nairobi ama Nairobi ni kukuja? Just help us to know a little bit about you, where you come from, and maybe you can mention a little bit about your education background. Si unaona ile mambo imekuwa na masomo. Siku hizi you have to prove your papers. So unaweza tuambia umesoma hadi kiwango gani and then we'll allow Madam Tabitha to tell us the same about herself, alafu tutaendelea.
Thank you very much, Samuel. I was born in Nairobi.
Okay.
Actually a resident of Umoja. I was born in Umoja. And I've grown up in Eastlands area of Nairobi. So actually all my lifetime I have grown up. As in I've grown up, I was born and raised in Nairobi. So the issues of Nairobi are not new to me.
Okay.
I grew up in Nairobi when Nairobi had, was the real deal. When the estates were really estates,
Okay.
in terms of there was no additional, like kujenga juu ya nyumba, like the houses were really beautiful. Water, water was running. There was no sewage. I grew up at a time where Nairobi was really beautiful.
Okay.
And I can actually say that the changes that have happened are really not to be desired, and we need to go back to getting a new and better Nairobi. Now, I have like 22 years experience in civic engagement, in conceptualizing, in implementing projects. Okay. I have experience in monitoring and evaluation. I'm a graduate of the Eastside Institute for sociology. I'm an alumni of the University of Georgia, Africa Civic Engagement Academy.
Okay.
So I have experience in monitoring and evaluating projects.
Okay.
And as I'm running for the senatorial seat in Nairobi, I know that I can be able to bring so much to the table because of that experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just on a light note, the degree from Georgia ni halali, si kama hizi zingine tunasikia zingine mtu anasema I have a degree and then along the way, so it's a real one. It's a real one.
I'm a graduate of the Eastside Institute.
Okay.
Of New York.
Madam Tabitha.
Tabitha ni mzaliwa wa Nairobi. Nimezaliwa hapa Nairobi katika kijiji cha Soweto pale Kayole. Na kusoma nikasoma, nikaenda nikafanya my O levels pale National Girls huko Kapenguria. Then nikaenda nikahitimu kwa shahada ya public relation pale Universal Group of Colleges. So shahada yangu ni ya ukweli. Sio ile ya crusade. Then kutoka hapo mimi ni kiongozi wa mama katika nchi ya Kenya.
Okay.
Naongoza kikundi cha wamama ambacho kinaitwa Amka Mama. Nimekuwa katika uongozi wa wamama katika taifa la Kenya. Huu ni mwaka wangu wa 30. Na wakati wa 2013 ilikuwa mara yangu ya kwanza kusimama katika uongozi.
Okay.
Kwa hiyo moyo ya to that gender, ya kukamilisha hiyo to that gender.
Okay.
So nilisimama kiti ya women rep. Kwa hivyo mimi Nairobi naijua sawa sawa.
County ya Nairobi.
County ya Nairobi.
Okay.
Nilisimama kwa ticket ya Naki Kenya.
Okay.
Kwa miaka 15 nimefanya kazi na mama Martha Karua.
Okay.
Ambaye saa hizi tunafurahia serikali yetu sana na tunamshukuru Raila Odinga kwa kumfanya awe running mate. Okay. 2013 tulijaribu na yeye.
Okay.
Kura hazikutosha. Na bado tumeendelea na huo moyo. Kwa hivyo ni furaha yangu saa hizi kuona wamama katika uongozi. Kwa hivyo sijakaa huko kando, imekuwa roho yangu kuinua wamama katika Nairobi County, especially Kasarani constituency kwenye mimi nimeishi, nimenunua plot, nimejenga, nimezalia watoto wangu 3 hapo, nimewalea, sasa nao wameoa na nimeanza kuitwa grandmother.
Just for clarification, the degree in public relation from which institution?
Yangu si degree, yangu ni diploma.
Diploma. It's a diploma.
Yeah.
Okay.
A diploma in relation pale Universal Group of Colleges.
Okay.
Yes.
Nashukuru sana. Na Madam Mheshimiwa Tabitha, kazi umekuwa ukifanya kazi gani? I'm very sure haujaingia just into politics just like that. There's some things that you're doing before. So ni kazi gani yenye umekuwa ukifanya before uingie kwa siasa?
Katika maisha ya kawaida bila siasa, mimi ni mwanabiashara. Na mimi ni mwanabiashara wa kipekee sababu ile field yenye nafanya kazi mimi ni manufacturer. Actually, I think right now maybe I'm second or third woman manufacturer in Kenya. I manufacture something called charcoal briquettes.
Briquettes.
Yeah, briquettes. Niko na factory, nimeiset up pale Kitengela. Na ninatembea kwa jina ama kampuni yangu inaitwa Eco-Friendly Natural Briquettes.
Eco-friendly
Natural briquettes.
natural briquettes.
Yes.
Mheshimiwa Pamela, what do you do? Kazi yako ni gani, siasa kando?
For a very long time, in the year 2000, we started an organization called Community Focus Group, and we have been working with children, we've been working with women and girls. We have empowered also the youth. We have educated the youth on HIV/AIDS. We have educated them on gender-based violence. We have educated and also empowered teenage mothers to be able to sustain themselves and to forge sustainable livelihoods. So we have experience in terms of, I have experience in terms of working in the community because we have empowered many in the community. We started by having children who were affected by HIV/AIDS. That was during the HIV/AIDS prevalence, the first time. And during that time, we fed orphans, we fed other vulnerable children, and actually we would also do school feeding programs where children would come to our center from school and they would have a meal. So we also have educated the communities so that they can be able to understand what gender-based violence is and not to participate in any way, to also support victims or survivors of gender-based violence. So when it comes to community work, I have done a lot of community work. I've had a lot of civic engagement programs that have been able to support and empower people in our community. And not only women, girls, not only girls, children, and even the aged and the aging. So going forward, even as I run for the Senate seat of Nairobi, it will not be new work when it comes to empowerment of youth, empowerment of women, empowerment of girls. It will be just something that I've already done and something that I've already had progress in. Another hat I wear is that I'm an international speaker. I'm a poet. I've written a poetry book called Sing Africa Sing.
Sing Africa Sing.
Yes, I've also represented not only Kenya but Africa in international conferences. For example,
as a speaker.
As a speaker and also as a presenter. I've held keynote speeches in the University of Stirling at the poetry conference. I've also held keynote speeches invited by the Australian Storytelling Guild, and I've presented poetry also in Venezuela at a Caracas festival, invited by the former president Hugo Chavez. So there I was representing Africa in Kenya at the 6th Poetry Festival, International Poetry Festival, where I actually did a poem with the title, I Too Sing Africa. So I wear many hats. Not only am I not a community person, I'm a community person, an international speaker, a poet, and yes, an empowerer. Yes.
Maybe I take you a little bit. You said about community development. Was it all across the country, or you focusing purely around Nairobi County?
Well, we've worked not only in Nairobi County, but also in other counties. For example, when we were doing a project with the UNDP, we worked in Kisumu, and that was after the post-election violence in 2007, 2008. So during that project, what we were doing is we were empowering the youth not to be used when it comes to for political purposes. And we were actually training the youth on human rights and on peace. We've worked across counties. During that time, we've worked across counties. That was Kisumu, Naivasha, Nakuru, and Eldoret. And we're actually working with youth groups. So we've trained over 250 youth groups on human rights, on HIV/AIDS, on peace, and peace building. Yes.
Wow, congratulations. Na we mwiroreri wa Nice TV, acio ni atongoria aria eri twina o thiini wa studio muthenya wa muthi twina Honorable Tabitha Wanjera uria urarugama giturwa gia MP thiini wa gicigo bunge gia Kasarani, na twina Honorable Pamela Ateka uria urarugama giturwa gia Senator county-ini ya Nairobi, na Honorable Pamela ararugama giturwa giki na tigiti wa kiama kia DAPK, nake Honorable Tabitha ararugama giturwa kia kana arahurania giturwa kia ubunge kuria Kasarani na tigiti wa kiama gia Wiper Party. Gwiciria ni ndanyita wega, na hihi no tukende waranirie na ithuĩ no korwo wina ciũria ũngĩenda kũria atongoria twina o thĩinĩ wa studio muthenya wa ũmũthĩ, no ũthiĩ na mbere na gũtũma ndũmĩrĩri ciaku thĩinĩ wa ng'enda citũ cia ũkinyanĩria mwena wa Facebook. Tume ndũmĩrĩri yaku harĩa page ya Nice TV Kenya mũciĩ wa gĩkeno, na ngũkorwo ngĩthoma ndũmĩrĩri icio. Okorwo nĩ ciũria wĩna cio ũrenda kũria atongoria aya, tuka gutuma ndumiriri yaku na ni ngukorwo ngimoria ciuria icio, kana kiuria kiria kiothe ungikorwo wina kio, ndumiriri yothe ungikorwo wina yo kuri atongoria aya, tuka wakimituma na ni tugukorwo tugithie na mbere na kumithoma. Back to you. You are ladies, you are women, and there has been a wave across the country about women leadership. Actually mnasema sasa ni wakati wetu, it is now our time. But I want to take you back a little bit, because the struggle about women in leadership haijaanza sahi. It has been there for quite some time, and we always say ama inajulikana that women are their own worst enemies. Do you think there will be anything different this time round?
What I would like to say is this: we are past the lamentation stage.
Okay.
As you see right now, we have a deputy president who's a woman. So I would not like to be in this show to lament about, what women have. We have made strides.
True.
We have reached a point where there's the possibility of a woman president. And I would say we are not our own worst enemies. Why? Last year, we had a training by FIDA.
Okay.
And as women who had been trained, we were living at a hotel and we decided, let's just keep in touch after the training as women aspirants and see what happens. Then we decided to change the group into a woman aspirants group that would encompass every woman from every party, every coalition, so that we can come together across the country, from West Pokot to Baringo to, Marsabit, and we come together as women and support each other in our quest to clinch various political seats. For example, in the group, there are women who are independent, running as presidents. There are women who are also running mates to presidential candidates. We have women who are running for governor, for senator, for women rep, for MCA, across the board. And we are not being divided because of our party. We are not being divided because of our coalitions. We are brought together just by the virtue of our gender. We are women supporting each other. So going by the adage that women are their worst own enemies, no, it's changing. We are changing the story. So the narrative is changing. We are changing the narrative, and we have changed. Because can you imagine, these women went through all that. They went through the nomination stage. Now they've been cleared by IEBC. They're going to be in the ballot just by supporting each other. Now, are we our worst own enemies? No. We are actually our best friends in the sense that we are able to support each and every one of us in our various seats to get together and, enjoy by virtue of being women. So I think, and there's what people say that there's a quote that when a woman enters politics, the woman changes. But when many women enter politics, then the politics must change.
So the politics will change.
So now I know for sure that as many women who from our group
Okay.
and in many other spaces who have entered politics. And especially now that we have Martha Karua, running as the deputy president, the politics is going to change.
Okay.
It's a new day and you're going to have a new narrative.
Honorable Tabitha, I would love you to mention about the same. Do you think the narrative has changed that women are going to support one of their own this time round? But still nataka unganishe na hii swali. There have been the aspect of 2/3 rule in the government. And if you consider this parliament that is seizing its term, the 2/3 rule was not meant. I'm talking about elective seats. So what happened, there were a lot of nomination to try and counter that, to try and fill up those positions. Do you think in this current election that's going to be held in August 9th, 2022, do you think that women are going to own up, women are going to be elected in those positions, and there will be not this question of whether the 2/3 rule has been met? So I want you to answer those two questions.
For sure, I can also testify that the narrative has changed.
Okay.
Being the national chair of the Mkamama movement,
Okay.
I can tell you since 2002, women have been fighting to be in power. And during those days, the Moi days up to now, we used to have 1 or 2, 3 women in power. Actually, there were a few women whom we used to know. Somebody like Wangari Maathai,
True.
Akina Tabitha Sei, the current now Deputy President Martha Karua, and few others.
Okay.
And actually, they were nominated. They were not elected. It was only Mother who made it to be elected at Gishu.
A lot of the women in the leadership were nominated, not elected.
Not elected.
Okay.
But for sure, through our movement, we have been saying that when you educate a woman, when you vote for one woman, you vote for the whole nation. You educate one woman, you educate the whole nation.
Okay.
And everything is set. What I can tell you for now, the moment Raila Odinga took Martha Karua in as running mate, the story changed. Even the rating of Raila and Ruto changed immediately and ASAP. And if you want to know that things have really changed, the other day we saw Ruto signing an agreement apart with the women because in his government he did not have 50% of women.
Okay.
What I can tell you is that the narrative has changed. In my Wiper party, actually we share 50-50. Leadership of men and women is 50-50.
Okay.
And also I thank very much the IEBC, the Registrar of Political Party, because all political parties must meet those thresholds.
Yeah,
so
true.
it is
Yeah,
a
true
must
that.
right now. Yeah. So I can tell you this year we are going to have more women voted in, not nominated. And actually with the time, I can assure you, in the next 5 years or 10 years,
Okay.
it will be vice versa.
So
we will
you're
have many
positive.
representatives.
You're positive there will be no questions about the 2/3 rule.
No question about it, no question about that gender rule. Actually, the only people whom now I have pity, or I just talk about is youth.
Okay.
The young people.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, we will come up with something which will also boost young people.
Okay.
Whether they are associated with women or men, because we have our boys and our girls, so that they can also be in leadership and so that they can be our future leaders.
Okay.
Yes.
Madam Pamela, do you agree the 2/3 rule will be met?
Samuel, I can tell you for a fact because I went out of my way and formed the Women Aspirants Group. This group comprises of women from every county, from Marsabit to West Pokot, to Nakuru, to all Kisumu.
True.
Women from every from every tribe,
Corner of this
every
nation.
community, women of all ages.
Okay.
Actually, when it even comes to the youth, there are young women who are also in this group. So the youth will also be represented as young women. So therefore, personally, together with also other women, we have ensured that women are going to be on the ballot.
Okay.
So it's going to be a very good menu of choice.
Okay.
And when the electorates see women on the ballot, I pray that you will make a choice and you'll choose the woman. Because when you do that, it will be a vote for change.
Okay.
a vote for freshness, and a vote for a new narrative of our country.
I'm trying to think this. Is this shift because of the empowerment that has been all round for several years, that we are empowering the girl child? Is it because of that? This new wave of women in leadership, is it because of how we have been? Everybody, every corner, everywhere in the world, it has been empowering the girl child, empowering the girl child, empowering the girl child. And if that's the case, what's the fate of the boy child in years to come?
I would love you to recognize that why was there a clamor for the empowerment of the girl child? It's because there was always a lot of chauvinism for the girl and for the woman. And when it came to leadership, it was always the men who are called to the baraza. There were no women being called to the baraza. I mean, just look at the, for example, let's just take for example, when you go to the village. Wazez ni nani? You know, it's the men who are making also decisions about women issues. You know, so there was no woman who would even, like, you know, get a space at the table to speak about women issues. So the men would sit and actually deliberate, this is what we are going to do for the women. Now the women were never asked. It's just like the case of Samuel. Somebody sits down and decides, Samuel needs a shot, yet you need trousers. Nobody asked you. People are thinking for you. That has been the case for women. Women would have been seen but not heard. And that's why there was clamor for the empowerment of women. And a lot of issues were being discussed with them not being at the table. A lot of issues were being executed without their consent or their approval. And a lot of things were being, they were not actually at the table. And you know, it means something to be at the table, to be able to say, this is what I need, and this is not what I need. And women bring a lot to the table. I'm sure every household has a mother. Every household, if you don't have a mother, you have a sister, or you have, you know, an aunt. And women are wise. Women are creative. Women have various ways of solving problems. Women are the peacemakers and the peace builders. And you recognize that in even families where there is no, like the mother is dead, it's hard for the family to come together because women bring everybody on board. And they ensure that everybody has a plate at the table. And it actually starts from the household. Can a woman sleep when her children have not eaten?
It's not possible.
It's not possible. I will not speak for the men. You know? Can a woman, you know, sleep when her family is not, you know, warm? You know? It's a woman brings something different to the table. And I'm sure we're going to recognize this as we have a deputy president who is a woman, Honorable Martha Karua. And as we get women elected to these posts, in the next 5 years, we are going to see the change that women bring to our country.
I want to pose a question to you, Mheshimiwa Tabitha. And do you think that several leaders are taking advantage of, I want to call it a wave, it may not be necessarily a wave, it may be a revolution, but are taking advantage of that now women are being embraced in leadership. And so these leaders are choosing the women. It's just a thought, and maybe I want you to clarify that. Do you think that these leaders are choosing the women to gang up the votes, to get the votes, not necessarily because these women are capable of being the deputy, or this woman is capable of holding this position, but I'm getting this I'm getting this woman to my side just to get the votes that this woman will bring, not necessarily because this woman will be able to perform these functions that are delegated in this duty. Do you think that's the case, and do you think that's what's happening?
What I can tell you for sure, God's time is the best. And I can tell you women of this country have really fought. And through institutions like FIDA, women movements, it has been a long fight, a big fight. So whatever women are having now, it is their right. Yeah, nobody is taking advantage of them. They are enjoying the fruits of their labor. They are enjoying the fruits of their freedom. You know, our African culture had really tied us. It tied us women. And there are those beliefs that when a woman become a politician, many women that believe not anybody, no wife can be a politician. So when they see us, they call us name. And that's what used to happen there before. So right now I can tell you that women have been fighting for their right, and also our constitution, which is very good. It has really stood with our women, because were it not for our constitution to say that every party should have that zebra pattern, there is a man, there is a woman. If it is a woman on top, it is a man second. So actually even our constitution has really supported women, so it is our right. Nobody is taking advantage of us. And I want to tell the Kenyan nation that it is our time. It is time for women now to read. And anybody who will not associate himself with women, he's deemed to fail. That I can tell you for sure. And through things which men have been doing to us, women have learned. We are not our own enemies now. We are our own friends. The narrative has changed, and that's where we are.
Mwirori wa Nice TV ndiramenya ginya ni urigirwo ni ate umuthe twaririe githungu kiingi muno no ni kugeria gukua bathi-ini ino ya Nice TV atongoria ria twina mutongoria uretwo Honorable Pamela Ateka na ararugama giturwa gia Senator county-ini ya Nairobi na ndangihota kwaria ruthiomi ruru turakiaria rwa Gikuyu nikio wiguire twacenjia hanini turatumira githungu ni turatumira githweri nigetha akihote kwaria na andu thiini wa county ino ya Nairobi. County ya Nairobi iragwo it's a cosmopolitan county, uguo ni kuga ni county ikuite andu kuma icigo itiganite cia bururi uyu witu wa Kenya. Ni ikuite andu maumite Mombasa, ni ikuite andu maumite Githumo, ni ikuite andu maumite gicigo kia Rift Valley, ni ikuite andu a guku a gicigo gia gatagati ga bururi, ni ikuite andu a kuma kuria Ikamba-ini. Uguo ni kuga ni andu mihiriga yothe me county ino ya Nairobi. Uguo hihi tungikiuga twarie ruthiomi ruria twaragia no tukorwo hihi tugiikia andu amwe nja. Nikio rona hihi ni turagitumira ruthiomi rwa githungu na tugatumira ruthiomi rwa githweri nigetha andu ayo othe matigakorwo magitigwo nja. Ndrona ndumiriri cianyu andu ni mathiite na mbere gutuma ndumiriri thiini wa ngenda citu cia ukinyaniria. Ndrona mundu uretwo Steve wa Molo arauga he's watching. Ngona mundu uretwo Esther Thaite Rastagal arauga pamoja. Ngona mundu uretwo Mushuki Gathambi arauga aratwirorera kuma Gathambi Kirinyaga. Ndona mundu uretwo Sharon Harris arauga hamwe na ithuĩ thiini wa tabarĩra na akauga salimia Senator Pamela. Senator naambiwa ni kusalimia na Sharon Harris na agacoka akauga na mbunge mtarajiwa wa Kasarani Tabitha. Madam Tabitha naambiwa pia wewe ni kusalimie na Sharon Harris. Afu akauga wako sawa, anafurahia venye mna you are articulating your points. Na Honorable na Sharon Kuria arakiuga ati I think we'll come back to that. She's asking what's the role of a senator. I think you answer that in a few. Naona mtu anaitwa Dr. Julie Karanja anasema ako tuned in. So thii na mbere gutuma ndumiriri cianyu no guthie na mbere gucithoma o turathie na mbere na tabarira ino ya umira wega. Mheshimiwa Tabitha, you are aspiring to be the member of parliament for Kasarani. And watu wa Kasarani wanaangalia. They would love to know, what do you want to do for us? What is it that you have in store for us? Ni nini unapanga kutufanyia? Ni yapi unapanga kutuletea? There have been members of parliament in Kasarani. Na kuna mambo wamekuwa akifanya. I believe you are not the only candidate in Kasarani. Kuna wengine. There are things that you are bringing on the table. So what is it that you're bringing on the table that is different, that will make a resident of Kasarani aseme mimi nitachagua mama, mimi nitachagua Honorable Tabitha because of A, B, C, D. So I want to give you this opportunity utuambie what are the challenges zenye umeona in Kasarani constituency and how can you be able to solve them. what is your manifesto to tackle those challenges?
I, a resident of Kasarani, I have been in Kasarani for the last 25 years. I went to Kasarani where there were no people like now. It was not populated as now. And it was the larger Kasarani. What I'm promising Kasarani people, I'm promising just 5 points. Mambo 5 tu, wacha niongee Kiswahili. Ndio mpaka ule mama ako pale Gituamba, Mwengenye, uko Keroka, nataka kila mtu aelewe na asikie. Mimi nawaahidi mambo 5 tu yenye nimeona imekuwa shida kwetu. Jambo la kwanza ni drainage. Tunajua tumekuwa na shida kubwa sana ya drainage, sewage kwenda ndio ifike kule kwetu Ruai. Unajua sewage yote ya Nairobi iko katika Kasarani constituency na inaelekea pale Ruai. But ile kitu mbaya na kushangaza ni kwamba hatujaweza kutengenezewa drainage vizuri vile ya kwamba kila nyumba itadispose vizuri na iende pale Ruai. So sasa mimi ile kitu nataka kusema, kuna wengine wamekuwa mbele yangu. Hatutasema hawajakuwa wakifanya kazi. Ile kazi wamefanya ni sawa sawa. But mimi kama manager, sababu mimi nakuja kwenu kama manager wa Kasarani constituency, kama mtumishi wenu, mimi nataka kusema hiyo drainage nitaleta experts, nitaitengeneza, nitahakikisha kila nyumba ina flow vizuri. After imefika kule Ruai, then hapo sasa ndiyo pesa imelala. Nitahakikisha ile sewage yote yenye iko pale Kasarani pale Ruai tunairecycle. Kwa hivyo tuta create employment. Tutahakikisha tumeongea na county government, sababu national government wanafanya kazi pamoja na county government. So mimi kama MP sitafanya peke yangu. Nitafanya hand in hand na hiyo serikali ya county government yenye itakuja. Na mimi nitawasukuma mpaka ile sewage pale tuiutilize, tuhakikisha kwamba watu wa Kasarani wameanza kubenefit. Si kukula harufu peke yake. Wanashika harufu mbaya, wanapata magonjwa bila kulindwa. Nitakuwa nikichunga hiyo mambo yote. Pointi ya pili ni security. Tunajua ya kwamba usalama Kasarani sio mzuri. Watu wamekuwa wakiibiwa. Unapata thugs wanatumia hata bodaboda, wana snatch vibeti, wanaibia watu. Unapata huko Gituamba watu hawawezi amka asubuhi na mapema sababu wanadungwa visu na vijana. Nitakuja na system yenye inaitwa local council. Ama tutakuwa na watu wanaitwa LC. Hawa local council ni wale wazee wa chief. Hao wazee wa nyumba 10 wenye sana sana huwa wanasahaulika. Ukitaka mfanyikazi wako akufanyie kazi vizuri, muangalie kimfuko. Mimi mwenyewe kama MP wa Kasarani nitahakikisha nimefanya kazi na hao, nimewasort, nitapeleka hata bill parliament yenye itahakikisha hao watu wamelindwa na wamepewa mshahara vizuri. Kwa hivyo mimi nataka watu wa Kasarani wajue ya kwamba a better change is coming. Hiyo ingine ya 3 ni education. Tuko na mashule za public, tuko na mashule private. Zile shule za public zenye ziko hapo, sitaongeza zingine kwanza, but nitajenga infrastructure mzuri. Nitaongeza gorofa sababu ya space. Nitajenga ikuwe ya kwamba inaweza accommodate hata hii new system ya education CBC yenye imeingia. Nitahakikisha ya kwamba nimeleta hata special school. Kasarani tuko na wale handicapped. Tuko na wale watoto handicapped. Wanataka hiyo special school. Tuko na visiwi, tuko na hata wenye hawaoni. There is no special school. Kwa hivyo nitahakikisha nimeleta moja. Nitahakikisha hata hao watoto wa kawaida na wenye wako na mashida tofauti wote wanasoma. Infrastructure ni nzuri. Basari zimegawanywa vizuri. Kwa basari huwa nasikia vibaya sana nikiona wamama wakiamka saa 10 ya usiku, they risk their rights. Hiyo ni kitu yenye nitaleta system mzuri sana yenye itaguza mtu akiwa kwake kwa nyumba, sababu basari committee yangu ninataka ikiwe inaguza, itakuwa na representative from every sector. Tukianzia kwa wao wazee wa nyumba 10, kwa makanisa, kama ni wale mechanic wa garage kama pale Maji Mazuri, sana sana huwa wanalia, wanasema watoto wao hawafanyi nini.
Just a question.
Yes.
Kumekuwa na instances especially with bursary.
Yes.
Bursary unasikia zinauzwa
Kabisa.
How will you counter that?
So maneno ya kuuza bursary, kitu ya kwanza, sababu ya hii elimu yenye ninasema nita improve, nitakuwa na IT center. So kila kitu itakuwa digitalized. Kama wewe unajua, kama umeleta jina na umeniambia wewe uko na mtoto mwenye hajiwezi, tunakuweka kwa system. So tuna monitor kutoka kwa ule mzee wako wa kijiji, kuingia kwa chief, kuingia kwa kanisa yako yenye una attend. Hao wote watakuwa wana sign kwa hizo form. Kwa hivyo hakuna mwenye atakuwa anauza basari. Kwa hivyo sababu ndio basari ifikie ule, itakuwa imepitia kwa mkono ya watu kama 10. Na kila mtu lazima awe akiweka signature. So hiyo maneno tutaisahau, and it will be so systematic that hakuna mwenye ataachwa nje. Hiyo point nyingine ni ya health. Hatuna dispensary za kutosha Kasarani. Tuko na dispensary za county government. Mimi nataka kusema ya kwamba nitakuja, nitaingia, nitashirikiana na county government. Kitu ya kwanza to improve hizo tuongeze staff. Staff waangaliwe vizuri. Hatuisikie staff za housing kwa constituency level. So unapata hata wale staff wenye wanatibu watu wangu wenye wanavote au watu wa mashinani, hata hao hawajaangaliwa vizuri. Mashida, wacha nikwambie ndugu yangu, ndio huwa inafanya watu wasipewe better services.
True.
So kama serikali itapeana better services, lazima tuangalie hao wafanyikazi kwanza. Tulete madawa, mishahara mizuri, tulete equipment na tuongeze infrastructure zenye zinahitajika. Kwa hivyo upande wa health nitakuwa nimeangalia, na sababu mimi niko kwa Azimio, niko Azimio United, niko kwa baba care na mama care. Mimi nitakuwa champion wa kwanza wa His Excellency Raila Odinga, kuhakikisha hiyo baba care imefikia ule mwananchi wa pale chini wa mashinani hapo Kasarani. Hiyo point nyingine yangu ni wanabiashara. Kasarani ni mji kubwa. Ukianza kuhesabu kutoka kule ardhi, ukuje hizo vijiji zote, uhesabu ile revenue yenye inaingia kwa biashara ndogo ndogo ya mtu wa kawaida, ni biashara kubwa sana. Sasa mimi nitakuja na systems. Kitu ya kwanza, mwenye ameanza kabiashara kake kadogo, nitashirikiana na county government kuhakikisha kwamba hawasubuliwi na balances na nini. Kila mtu anafanya kazi kwa freedom. Nitahakikisha nimeleta watu wa microfinance, wamewasaidia kwa njia isiyo ya udanganyifu, waongezea big profits, na nitasupport groups. Nitakuwa nimeanzisha group mingi sana na zenye already niko nazo za groups. Kuna watu wa salon niko na group zao. Kuna wale mechanics, kuna wa mama mboga. Hao wote wako kwa groups na nimewa encourage wameregister through my Amka Mama movement. So hiyo ni kazi nimekuwa nikifanya. So ni kazi nitaendeleza zaidi, sababu sasa nitakuwa na hata upper hand ya kuwa mpaka na ile pesa ya GAF. Mimi kama mheshimiwa wa Kasarani nitahakikisha nimesaidiana na hao wote na wameingia. Ya mwisho, watu wa kanisa from across all regions huwa wanasahaulika sana. Na ninataka kusema mimi kama mama kanisa, jukumu yetu sisi watu wa kanisa ni kuwa supervisor ya uchumi wa constituency. Kwa hivyo mimi nataka kuhakikishia all religious leaders, makanisa yote, misikiti yote Kasarani, ya kwamba lazima nitapata wale vikingi wenye watatoka kwao, ndio tuwe tuna coordinate na hao, tuwe tuna supervise. Hata mimi nikitoka kwa laini, sababu mimi ni binadamu, wananirudisha laini na tunafanya kazi pamoja, sababu Kasarani ni yetu. So mimi nitaempower kila mtu, nitafanya kazi na kila mtu, na nitahakikisha maisha itakuwa bora na itakuwa mema zaidi kwa mtu wa Kasarani mwaka huu.
Gwiciria wewe muikari wa Kasarani ni waigua point iria muheshimiwa Tabitha akorwo akirekereria ya gweta maundu maigana ona, na hii ni tugumacokereria mathaa matwitikiria. But let me shift to you, Mheshimiwa Pamela. Wewe hauna pesa, you don't have money, you don't have funds like the member of parliament. You are aspiring to be the senator. If you become a senator, what will you do to the residents of Nairobi County? What do you have in store for them?
The work of a senator is threefold. It's representation, it's oversight, and it is legislation. And I would like to really enhance what Madam Mutero has said. As you've seen, women leaders are going to paint the future. We are going to paint the future.
True.
You're going to see the future in really true colors. So having said that, this is what I would aspire for people of Nairobi to do. The most important thing is for Nairobians to always come together, even if it's once a year, to come up with a plan of action on how they want to see Nairobi. You know, is it infrastructure? Is it education? You know, Nairobi as a whole. And you know, Nairobi as a whole has like 17 constituencies and 85 wards.
Just to get you clearly, you're talking of something like a public engagement forum, something like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
So when Nairobians come together and then they decide these are our needs, then they are able to actually hold the leaders accountable to what they said, these are the things that we want done. Because what usually happens around campaigns is that there are a lot of promises made. And after 5 years, a lot of promises broken. Why? Because there are too many promises and nothing to hold people accountable against. Because if Nairobians will just come together as a whole and decide these are our issues and these are the issues that we want solved in the next 5 years. For example, if we say 17 constituencies and each constituency has a problem with schools. So what are we going to do? We're going to build at least 5 schools in each constituency. So that would mean that each and every year there's one school being built in a constituency. You know? And then if you're doing oversight, then you can be able to like see that at least per year one school has been built in each of the 17 constituencies. Then it's easy for oversight and you know, leaders to be held accountable against what the Nairobians want done. I believe that each and every Nairobian matters. And service delivery has been a big issue, especially lack of sustainable water. Many places and constituencies in Nairobi that do not have sustainable water. Okay. How many times does water arrive in our taps?
Mostly
now, is
2
that,
3 days
you know,
in a week.
Yeah, is that sustainable?
No.
You know, is that sustainable water? And you know, water is life. So those are the issues that that I want to oversight and to ensure that in my term that we will have sustainable water. We will have taxpayers at least feel that whatever they are paying for is worth it, because each and every Nairobian matters.
So you've said there are 3 roles of a senator.
Yes.
And I think there is a viewer who had asked that question. Can you kindly repeat them?
Their representation, oversight, and legislation.
Nä ndärona andå maigana ona matåmĩte ndũmĩrĩri ciao kũrĩa ng'enda-inĩ citũ cia ũkinyanĩria. Nĩ ndĩrona mũndũ ũretwo Wangũi wa Kĩmemu arauga kazi safi. Mr. Muruga nĩ tũramũthikĩrĩria oro wega mwena wa Juja. People from Juja are following the program. Ndĩrona mũndũ ũretwo Peter Monano arauga tuned in from Zimmerman, Nairobi County. Ask waheshimiwa what is it that they will bring compared to what men have been delivering, or probably compared to what has been happening to their respective areas of interest. In 20 seconds, can each of you answer that question? 20 seconds.
Okay. What I can say, we are going to bring perfection.
Okay.
A mother is always perfect. A mother is always a good manager. So we are going to bring perfection. We are going to bring good management.
Okay.
And inclusivity.
Inclusivity.
Yes.
Perfection, good management, and inclusivity. Honorable Pamela?
We are going to bring teamwork.
Teamwork.
Teamwork between the governor, the senator, the women rep, and the MPs in terms of oversight. There's going to be teamwork and cooperation. You know what happens, and you've seen in even like right now, what is happening between the president and the deputy president, and many governors and their deputy governors. There's no correlation. There's no teamwork. There is no cooperation. And a mother knows what this means in a house where there is no teamwork. You know what will happen? The children will tell you what they think, and they will play around with you. Because they will tell mommy this and daddy that. And since you are not cooperating, nothing is going to happen in that household. So what? Yes. So what we are bringing to the table is teamwork. I will work with the governor. I will work with the woman rep and also the other MPs to ensure that whatever in terms of service delivery is actually achieved. So what we're bringing to the table is teamwork and cooperation. And you know, as women, we are very good in communication. We are very good in bringing everybody to the table. We are very good in painting the future. And we are very good in giving hope and bringing hope. So that is what we bring to the table.
Okay. So thank you so much, Waheshimiwa. I know time is not so much of our side. We have spent it well. And I just want to give each and every one of you probably a minute. You can say your last words. You can talk to the Nairobi County residents. If it's you, Honorable Pamela, and if it's you, Honorable Tabitha, you speak to the Kasarani constituents, and you tell them, this is what I want you to do to me on 9th of August 2022, because I think that will be, that's where the target is. The target is on that day. So just speak a word to them, tell them what you want, and because my producer ananipeleka mbio juu ya wakati, and the news is at 9, they are almost on time. So everyone take a minute, speak to the concerned residents, to, if it's you, Madam Pamela, to Nairobi County residents, tell them a word, and you have your final words as we close up.
Nairobi, you are my people, and I am your new person. I believe it's time for change. I believe it's time for new blood and a fresh spirit in Nairobi. And I know that is what you are looking for. As I said again, my name is Pamela Atekam Kolwe, with the DAP Kenya ticket. So on 9th August, as you go to the ballot to choose the senator for Nairobi, choose me as your senator, and I will ensure that you will find the service delivery that you deserve, because I know that you deserve better.
What is your sign on the ballot paper?
It's with DAPK.
Okay.
Yes.
In 1 second, there is something very important in Ingesahau ya mayouth wa Kasarani, haraka. Youth wa Kasarani, youth wa Kasarani, before niwaombe kura, nataka kuambia ICT center itakuwa na free wifi, mtakuja hapo, mutafute kazi online, na nitaleta maneno ya recycling, so itawapatia kazi. So nikimalizia, ukiingia kwa ballot paper, angalia Tabitha Wanjera Mutero, alama yangu ni umbrella, Wiper Democratic Movement. Naomba mnichague nikuwe manager wenu, mtumishi wenu, niwatumikie kwa miaka 5. Asanteni.
So thank you so much, Waheshimiwa, for honoring the invite. We are honored to host you, and I believe wamewasikia na watawapea kura kulingana na venye mmeongea na wao. So mwirori wa Nice TV hau niho tugukorwo tugikira gaturumo tafarira ya umira wega muthenya wa umuthi tumana mutongoria Madam Pamela, Mheshimiwa Pamela uria arahurania giturwa gia Senator County ya Nairobi, na tigiti wa kiama kia DAPK, na tumana Mheshimiwa Tabitha Wanjira na arahuranira giturwa kia obunge thiini wa gicigo bunge gia Kasarani, na tigiti wa kiama kia Wiper Party. Kiria ningi muhinyiriria mwirita Kenya ni ati reke tu maintain thayu, reke tuikare na urumwe, reke tuthure atongoria noti ateti, nigetha at least thutha wa githurano tugakorwo na maisha mega. Thutha wa githurano urikane ucio muikaranitie nake nowe mugakorwo nake thutha wa githurano. Ndikwaria maingi ni undu wa mathaa, no ngakwendithĩria utuku mwega, na ngae kumenyithia ndugakorwo hiyo githiora mitambo ni amu ni gukorwo kireherwo mohoro ma thaa 3 ni Susan wa Muthuri, na ngai atukinyaniria ni tugacemania Jumamothi ino ingi yukite, na nigetha tukorwo tukiaria na atongoria angi aria tugakorwo tumumathĩire. Njitagwo Muruga wa Gaitho, gia na utuku mwega.
Nice TV, Moshie